You ever get that feeling? That quiet little voice inside that just whispers, you're not quite enough? Or you're kind of falling behind?
Oh, yeah, that constant scoreboard in your head.
Exactly. You're scrolling, you see someone else's highlight reel, and suddenly your own life feels a bit, well, messy. It feels universal, doesn't it?
It really does.
But this habit, this is comparing our actual lives to these curated snapshots, it's maybe not so harmless. So for today's deep dive, we're asking, why does comparison so often just kill our growth and maybe sabotage our happiness too?
That's the million-dollar question, isn't it? And it's right at the heart of what we're digging into today. We've looked at quite a range of material articles about breaking free, reflections on finding your own path, research on social media's impact, locus of control, all that good stuff.
Okay.
Our goal isn't just to say comparison is bad. We kind of know that. It's to really understand how it hurts us and, crucially, find some real practical ways to get back in the driver's seat of our own lives and, actually flourish.
Right. So let's get into it. The first thing that really struck me from the research is how sneaky comparison is. It feels like this universal trap.
Yeah, totally universal.
Like everyone falls into it sometimes. It's not some weird character flaw. It's just human. But even though it's common, the hit to our self-esteem, our happiness, it's pretty significant. Why is it so damaging, though? What did the research say?
Well, what's interesting is how consistent the message is, whether you're looking at psychology or personal growth stuff. Maybe comparison helped us back in the caveman days, figuring out our place in the tribe.
Just survival, maybe.
Yeah, exactly. But now, in this world where we see everything online, it doesn't work anymore. It's maladaptive. Brene Brown puts it so well. She says, stay in your own lane. Comparison kills creativity and joy.
Kills creativity and joy. That's powerful.
It is. And Robin Sharma says something similar, like comparison is the root of all feelings of inferiority. The second you start comparing, you basically forget how great you are. It actively drains your potential.
And it does that because, well, the sources pointed out how comparison makes other people look so complete, right? So polished.
Yeah, the illusion of completeness.
And that just makes us hyper aware of our own perceived gaps. We see the perfect job, the amazing holidays, their happy family photos, and think, wow, they've got it all sorted.
Nailed it.
But the reality check from the research is just how misleading those external appearances can be.
Oh, absolutely. That person who looks like they're crushing it, they might be seriously struggling behind the scenes. Maybe the career's great, but the family life is a mess.
Or their health is suffering.
Exactly. Or they're battling anxiety nobody sees. We rarely, if ever, get the full picture. That's why comparison is such a waste of time and energy. We're pitting our whole messy work-in-progress life against someone else's highlight reel. It's fundamentally unfair. You can't win that game.
And just when we thought comparison was bad enough, along came social media.
Right. The great amplifier.
It's like the ultimate comparison engine, isn't it? Because the whole system runs on this curated reality.
Yeah.
People posting the edited best foot forward version of their lives.
It's like watching everyone else's movie trailer while you're stuck with the raw footage of your own life.
That's a good way to put it.
Yeah.
You scroll through and it looks like everyone's living their best life, hitting milestones, just pure joy 24/7.
And that constant exposure, it sets these totally unrealistic standards. It feeds this cycle of feeling discontent and that classic FOMO, the fear of missing out. Our sources really hit on that feeling. You see what others are supposedly doing, and suddenly your own perfectly good life feels less exciting, less successful, just
less than.
So, okay, it makes us feel bad, but what's the actual, measurable impact? Did the research show clear consequences for our well-being?
Yeah, it did. The findings are pretty stark, actually. There's a really clear link. The more time people spend on social media, the more they engage in social comparison. That part's maybe not surprising.
But the critical bit is that this increased comparison, fueled by social media, is directly tied to a drop in subjective well-being. We're talking real mental health effects, more sadness, more anxiety, more stress. Some studies even link it to higher rates of depression and other issues.
Wow. So, okay, social media connects us, lets us share ideas, build communities, all good things.
For sure, there are benefits.
But overdoing it or getting sucked into that comparison vortex, it can genuinely harm us. It can eat away at positive feelings, life satisfaction, just general happiness.
It's like holding up a distorted mirror and then feeling bad about the reflection. It becomes this self-fulfilling prophecy of dissatisfaction.
Which leads us perfectly into the next big idea.
Yeah.
How to reclaim your power by shifting your focus inward.
Exactly. This is the pivot. Our sources really emphasize that your life journey is unique, totally yours, shaped by your specific experiences, challenges, your own pace of growth. There's no master schedule for happiness or success.
Yeah, that's freeing, isn't it?
It really is. Life unfolds differently for everyone. And sometimes those detours, the things that feel like setbacks, they can actually hold unexpected joy or learning if we let them.
And part of that internal journey, which I found really interesting, is allowing yourself to actually grieve unmet expectations.
Oh, that's huge. Yes.
We all have ideas about how life should go, right? The dream job by 30, the perfect partner, the house. But when reality doesn't match the blueprint, and let's be honest, it often doesn't.
Almost never perfectly.
It's okay, actually necessary, to mourn that gap, to feel the disappointment, the sadness, maybe anger, without judging yourself for feeling it. We try to skip that part, but you have to go through it.
And that connects so well to this really powerful Stoic idea, the dichotomy of control.
The Stoics, always useful.
Aren't they? They basically say, look, you can't control external stuff. You can't control what other people do or choose. Fretting about that, pointless and painful.
Wasted energy.
Totally. Instead, focus only on what you can control. Your thoughts, your attitude, your actions. That distinction, that's the foundation of resilience.
Exactly. It's recognizing that life ultimately is kind of a single-player game. The only person you're truly in charge of changing is yourself. And when you embrace that self-sufficiency, focusing just on what you can do, it builds serious flexibility and strength.
Right.
You own your well-being. It's not dependent on what Joe down the street is doing.
It's incredibly empowering. And that brings us to the idea of an internal locus of control, building that belief.
Okay, define that for us. Internal locus of control.
Simply put, it's the belief that your efforts matter, that you can actually influence what happens in your life. It's not just a nice idea. Research links it strongly to better physical health, more happiness, stronger relationships, even more success in work and studies.
And the sources gave such a compelling example of this. Sonia Carson, Ben Carson's mother.
Oh, what a story. Just incredible. A perfect illustration.
Right. Here's someone who grew up poor in inner-city Detroit, only had a third-grade education, raising 2 boys alone after her husband left. And Ben, he was really struggling. Failing school, kids calling him dummy, serious anger issues. He apparently almost stabbed a friend once.
Yeah. By any external measure, the situation looked hopeless, dire.
Absolutely. But Sonia Carson, her determination, her internal focus, it was just unwavering. She refused to let their circumstances dictate their future. She focused purely on what she could control.
And what did she do? She observed the wealthy families she cleaned houses for, noticed their kids read books, didn't just watch TV all day. So even though she could barely read herself, she made a rule. Her boys had to read 2 library books every week and write reports on them. And she'd pretend to check them, marking them up just to make sure they did it seriously.
That's amazing. Just the commitment.
Right. She pushed them, believed in them, instilled discipline, all focus on their effort, their potential.
And despite facing immense hardship, losing a baby daughter, dealing with racism, that internal drive created this unbelievable outcome. Ben goes from the bottom of the class to the top, excels at Yale, then medical school.
Becomes chief of pediatric neurosurgery at Johns Hopkins at just 33, a pioneer, later secretary of HUD.
It's just such powerful proof. Focusing on what you can control, not dwelling on what you can't, it genuinely empowers you. It opens doors you wouldn't even think were there.
It really hammers a point home. So, okay, how do we actually do this? How do we build that internal locus, regain that power?
Practical steps. Let's hear them.
Okay, first, the sources say you've got to honestly look at your sabotaging thoughts. That feeling sorry for yourself, blaming others, blaming yourself even, or that classic "I can't because" excuse.
That little voice again.
Yeah, those thoughts keep you stuck. Step 1 is just noticing them, becoming aware.
Okay, notice the thoughts. Then what?
Second, get really clear on what you can control versus what you can't. This isn't about pretending challenges don't exist.
Right, it's not toxic positivity.
No, not at all. It's about smart energy management. Successful people are just better at figuring out, okay, that's outside my influence, and then consciously putting their energy where it can make a difference. Like you can't control a difficult diagnosis.
But you can control researching treatments, changing your lifestyle, managing your mindset.
Exactly, redirecting your focus.
Got it. Notice the thoughts. Clarify control. What's third?
Get curious about solutions. Instead of feeling stuck like this is just how I am or this problem is impossible, explore skills you might be missing.
Ah, okay. So it's not necessarily a fixed flaw.
Right. Maybe your relationships keep failing. It's not that you're inherently bad at relationships. Maybe you just haven't learned effective communication or conflict resolution skills yet.
Or panic attacks.
There are tons of coping mechanisms. Breathing techniques, cognitive therapy, things you can learn. Struggling with math. Maybe a different kind of tutor, someone who uses visual aids or real-world examples, could unlock it for you. It's often about a missing skill, not a fundamental inability.
That shifts the perspective entirely. It makes problems feel more solvable.
It does, which leads to the ultimate goal. Cultivating your unique path means consciously moving beyond comparison altogether.
Leaving it behind.
Yeah, and that requires redefining success and happiness on your terms. Not society's terms, not your neighbor's terms, yours. Because honestly, no achievement, no milestone guarantees happiness. Life is uncertain. That's the only constant. So happiness has to be an inside job.
Built from within. And a huge part of that, the sources emphasize, is self-kindness.
Oh, massively important. Be kind to yourself. Everyone messes up. Everyone fails sometimes. It's just part of being human. Chasing perfection, it's exhausting and pointless. It's okay to not be perfect, to be figuring things out as you go.
Give yourself grace.
Absolutely. And when you truly focus on your own goals, your dreams, what genuinely lights you up, something cool happens. There's just no room left for comparison. When you're busy chasing your passions, pushing yourself, improving yourself, that negative energy just kind of evaporates. Your focus shifts inward onto your potential.
That makes sense. You're too busy building your own thing to worry about someone else's.
Exactly. And even tricky feelings like jealousy can be flipped. Instead of that pang of, ugh, I'm so jealous, you can train yourself to think, wow, that's amazing. I'd love that one day. It's cool to see it's possible.
So you turn it from a negative comparison into, like, positive inspiration.
Precisely. It becomes a motivator, a reminder of what you might aspire to, rather than something that makes you feel bad about yourself.
Okay, so wrapping things up here. We wanted to leave you, the listener, with something practical.
Yeah, a little exercise to shift the focus right away.
Try this later. Grab a piece of paper or open a note on your phone. Think about different areas of your life: health, finances, career, relationships, community, maybe purpose or meaning.
The big buckets.
For each one, write down 2 or 3 things you genuinely feel good about right now. Qualities you possess, things you're doing well. Acknowledge the good.
Okay. Start with the positive.
Then, for each area, identify maybe one specific thing you'd like to improve. And critically, list one concrete, actionable step you could take towards that improvement. Not be better, but like research local volunteer opportunities, or schedule a checkup, or read one chapter of that skills book.
Make it specific and doable.
Exactly. The whole point is shifting from measuring yourself against others to focusing on your own internal growth plan.
It really circles back to the core lesson, doesn't it?
Yeah.
That comparison trap, it's a thief, it steals joy, it stifles growth, often without us even noticing.
Yeah.
Quietly sabotaging.
But if we consciously shift our focus away from the external scoreboard and onto our own internal cultivation, our own self-sufficiency, we unlock so much potential. We find a much more real, more durable kind of happiness. So the final thought to leave you with is this. What's one small, intentional step you can take, maybe even today, to really embrace your unique path? To consciously choose not to compare your chapter 1 to someone else's chapter 20.
Keep exploring that. Keep growing.
Thanks for joining us for this deep dive.